Good. So today I wanted to do something related to sort of neck awareness, let's call it, because I try not to say stretch the neck. I find that's a really good invitation for people to do too much with their neck. So it's just an awareness of the neck and the balance of the muscles there. And really considering and contemplating the fact that the neck is just the end of the spine, and it's really the connection between the spine and the jaw and the head. So we'll be connecting a bit with the jaw, the mouth, which means we might make some weird faces today. So Kaisa, this is the weird face day. Don't be afraid. We don't do this every day. And of course, the other side of the spine is then the pelvis. And so, as Lotte knows, working with fertility and people who are pregnant or birth, like these connections become very apparent in those times in life. So, so I wanted to work a little bit. We'll sort of start up here and then we'll do some work around the pelvis as we get onto the floor. And I wanted to bring in some Kriya exercises. So Kriya exercises are different than the Kriya Yoga tradition. If you know that word from a different tradition, this is just a breath exercise that sort of energizes or stimulates the body. That's a Kriya practice. And then we'll do all this work with the neck to sort of prepare for a cooling pranayama practice at the end. So we'll try to balance that out. So we'll save a little space at the end of practice for sitting and breathing. And let me just send an invitation here quickly. I'm going to pause the recording. All right, so we'll begin. So I'm sitting in the chair, and Kasia, you can sit on a pillow or a chair, whatever feels comfortable. And at the beginning, we'll be sitting for maybe 10, 15 minutes. So do what feels most comfortable. So to begin with, let's just feel the body for a moment. There's Heather. Welcome, Heather.
Hello.
So we're just starting with our tuning in, the attunement in the beginning of practice. So as always, this is the doorway where we turn our energy from all of the work we do in life, and we bring that energy towards ourselves. So this is a great tapas because there's so much to do in the world. So to turn away and notice what's happening within our bodies, within our minds, can be a great act. So invite the body to be still as much as feels comfortable. Notice how it feels to be in that stillness at this time, whether it's morning or evening. At the end of a busy day, sitting still may feel like a buzzing through the body, or early in the morning might be a heaviness in the body. There may be an agitation or an ease being still in your body. There's no right way to be, just notice what's there. Perhaps noticing the flow of your thoughts, emotions. Imagining this moment is the only moment and being very aware of what's there. And just, we'll bring this opening invocation, so a few of you know it already, just to bring the voice forward, to acknowledge Mie joining us from Hilo on the other side of the world, Heather some way half between, and the Europeans over here in our nice warm heat wave beginning. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Punaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vatitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Right. So sometimes using this chant, for me and for those who studied in this tradition, this is just a reminder of the fact that we are not alone. Today is actually a celebration of teachers in the tradition of yoga, acknowledging that we don't stand alone. We stand on the shoulders of those before us, and we share our work with the people around us. So that's an acknowledgement of that for the new people. So we'll begin simply by sitting, and we'll sort of develop a little awareness of the neck. So for me and Heather, the focus is going to be awareness of the neck, awareness of the pelvis as sort of this pair that are connected to the ends of our spines. And we'll be preparing for and moving towards Shitali at the end of practice. So as Lota summed it up, tight neck and hot. That's the focus of today's practice. So just becoming aware. So when we speak of the jaw, the neck, it's really this whole beautiful, complicated connection. We have the shoulder girdle, so connections from the clavicle, from the shoulder blades, from the back all the way through the neck, connecting and holding our head solidly onto the body. So just first be aware of this and what you're feeling. So some of us noted at the beginning of practice a little tightness that might be there. Other people may feel very relaxed. Maybe just moving the jaw a little bit, noticing how this powerful joint moves. I don't know if you can hear in my headphones a little bit of cracky. So just noticing. So we're going to begin very simply like we often do with this awareness of posture. So I'll turn to the side. So we'll try to sit in a way so that our chest can be lifted up, arms just relaxed. And first, just imagining that your head pivots in this axis running between the ears. So when you lift, you're spinning around the ears. So keep the chest uplifted, lift the chin up as high as you comfortably can, and let it drop. And up and drop. And if you haven't already, try to see if you can synchronize your breathing. So inhale, lifting. Exhale, drop the chin. And all the while keeping the neck nice and long. So always with the neck, be gentle and loving. Each of us will have a different range of motion. So just notice how much freedom to move you have, or if you have a lot of stability in the motion of the head. And try, when you work with the neck, try not to stretch the neck. Just find the limits of motion. And if you find the end of your limit, don't push further because you have some strong muscles here. We just want an awareness of contracting one set of muscles, lengthening that set of muscles. So the front and the back of the neck have complementary muscle groups. And then we can come to the same movement, but a little larger range of motion. So you can drop the chin towards the chest now. So now the top of the spine is flexing forward, noticing what you feel. And then slowly, slowly lift the chin and allow the head to come back just a bit. So the head is heavy. So make sure as you come back, you do it slow enough that you don't feel like you're losing the stability of the neck to the weight of the head as you go back. So now forward flexion. Inhale, lift up. Extension through the front, arching the top of the spine and back. Again, finding the range of motion that feels safe, no pain, no pressure. So if we have some injury in the neck or in the discs, then the range of motion will be lower, will be smaller. Or if there's a lot of stiffness, tightness in the neck, that may also impact the range of motion. So just being aware, isolating this part of the spine. And then we'll come to center, just holding the head in the neutral position for a moment. Right? So we just did 2 simple movements. Be attentive if there's any dizziness or uncomfortable feelings, then maybe just pause or even lie down. Because as Lotte knows, we have a lot of things happening in the neck that can stimulate some issues. So let's be aware of that. But if everything's feeling good, then we're just going to turn the head as if we're going to bring the chin over sort of the armpit on one side. And then we're going to drop the chin towards the armpit. So we'll keep the chest uplifted. The shoulders can be neutral if you like, so relaxed shoulders. Take a couple breaths here. Notice what you feel. So with the chin in this position coming down, there's a little bit more awareness of tightness or mobility. Here in the back side of the neck, you can lift the head up and then go back down. Again, not so much stretching, just think of contracting a muscle and then lengthening a muscle. And for me, this is a tighter muscle, like this muscle doesn't release quite as easily. So my range of motion on this side is a little bit less, and I have much more sensation in this part as I drop the head down. And then we're going to explore on the other side. We'll turn the head in the other direction, chin over the armpit, drop the head down, and come back up. And just noticing what you're feeling. It may or may not be what you expect. Breathing slowly, inhaling, exhaling. You can hold the position if that feels interesting, or you can keep moving, lifting and releasing. Either way, keep breathing. And then we'll come back to neutral. Again, just pause, feeling the head, feeling the sensations. And then we're gonna take the head back to the position we just had it in, so over the one armpit. And this time we're gonna take the ear that we're looking away from and we're gonna take it down towards the shoulder. So sort of looking for a lengthening in this front side under the chin, on the side that the chin is turned towards, from that armpit up to the jawline or the ear or maybe the chin. And again, you can drop the chin and come a little higher, higher, higher with the chin. So emphasizing lengthening here down the front. After a few times, we'll release that, go to the other side and lift the chin or drop the ear. And again, just noticing. Then come back to center for a moment. Okay. My ear pods made a sound, so if there's anything wrong with the audio, let me know. And then one more time, we're going to lift the chin up. And this time, open the jaw. And then close the jaw, bring the chin up. And notice what you feel. And you can even bring the chin a little bit forward, almost like an underbite, as you lift up. Just noticing this connection here all along the front of the throat. And then release. And then we're going to come up to standing. So warm up the body, the shoulders a little bit. So again, just finding a sensation in the feet that you feel like the weight is balanced. So the feet don't have to be totally together. They can be sort of under your hips, supporting the knees, and balance in the feet. Just feel your posture. Notice if the body feels comfortable on the feet. Now you're standing in the field of gravity. And I just want to sort of wake up a little bit more the shoulder. And so here, when I talk about the shoulder, I'm not just talking about this rotator cuff here at the end. The shoulder is really this whole section of the upper body, from the shoulder blade, the clavicle, all the way to the spine. So we've done this before. So we'll take an arm forward, just feeling this joint here where the clavicle comes to the sternum. And the whole clavicle moves forward and then back. So just notice that range of motion. It's almost like feeling like your heart sinks back as your arm comes forward. Check the other side. Make sure you have two functioning shoulders. Always a good thing. If we don't have two functioning shoulders, we'll do this practice differently. Good. So now we'll combine this with this awareness of moving the clavicles forward. So we'll exhale, bring the hands together or elbows together, and exhale, arms apart. Or sorry, inhale, arms apart. So exhale and inhale. And now we can combine this movement with the movement of the neck as well. You can let the head drop and lift, if that feels okay for your neck. Good. Notice as you breathe if you tend to kind of hold the teeth together or keep the jaw engaged, or if you can relax the face, even a little bit of a smile. Good. Then we'll extend this motion. So, okay, so when we do this next movement, we're just trying to touch the floor. So we let the knees bend, do whatever we need to just to touch. Legs don't have to be straight. We come down, and if that doesn't feel comfortable, you can use the couch next to you, or you can use books. So I'll show you a variation that we can do. So we're gonna take the arms up, come down. You can touch a couch or a floor, or you can come all the way towards the floor. And then we're gonna come all the way back up. So when we come down, we're gonna bring the body against the legs and touch. And when we come up, we're gonna lift the back, press the feet down and lift up. And then pause. Okay, so give that a try. See how it feels. So inhale up. Exhale, touch the floor. Head comes down, neck is long. Inhale back up. And reach. Good. So inhale up. Touch the floor. And all the way up. Beautiful. Stay standing. This time we're going to intentionally bend the knees a little more. So we're going to inhale up Exhale, almost like you're sitting on a little invisible chair here. And then inhale, we're going to come up with the arms to the side, but keep the knees a little bit bent. Take a breath. And then on your next inhale, reach up, arms down. Okay, so inhale up. Bend the knees, touch the floor. Inhale, sit in your little seat. Exhale here. Inhale up. Exhale, arms down, pause. We'll just do 2 more of those. Inhale up. Exhale, squat down, hands to the floor, head down. Inhale, sit in your little seat. Exhale, all the way down. 1 more time. Inhale up. Squat down, hands to the floor. Inhale, sit in the little seat. And exhale, let's stand up and pause. Good. And so we're going to do a little Kriya movement here. It's called the lion, and this is the weird face. So we want to stretch the jaw and the tongue a little bit here. So the way the face looks, I'll do it nice and close, okay? So this is the face. Everybody else is at home, so nobody can see you except for Lotta and Kent, so you guys can watch each other. So what we do is we're going to kind of do that squat position. Kent and Lotta, you can face each other. And then this is what we do with the arms and the body. Take a breath in. Curl the tongue back up as you come back. Pause a moment. So this is kind of a crazy exercise that I only do with Mirka. My regular classes, I don't. So this is stretching a little bit the tongue. If you have a sensitive gag reflex, it may make you cough, can dry out the mouth, but this is a releasing of energy. So whatever you're holding on to, imagine you can spit it out and throw it down to the fire. A fire is in front of us and we give it all up. So take a breath in. Let's do 3 more rounds. Pause. If you need a drink, there we go, take a drink. I did about 2 hours of voiceovers today, so that's about all I have in me now. Okay, so let's come back to normal faces. You're welcome to make that face anytime. That's the normal face. So now just standing, feeling. Let's come down, Uttanasana, so touching the floor again, if that feels okay for your system. Just stay down in the posture, let the head hang, let the neck be long. And then come back up. And then let's step 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. So notice how your body's feeling. So we did a little bit of squatting, sort of warming up, even though it's quite warm. So heating up the body. So both feet stay flat on the floor. Let's take the hands to the heart or fingertips to the sternum. Inhale, we'll come forward, bend the front knee. Exhale. Come back. Inhale. And exhale. Continue moving like that. Inhale forward, exhale back. I'm just going to get a wider field of view here. There, so we can see the whole practice. There we go. And then eventually let's stay here in this posture. Noticing what is of particular interest to you. If you're feeling a bit more the stretching of the back leg or feeling a bit more the work on the front leg. If you're feeling a lot of effort in this front leg, think about pushing the weight of the body back so that the back heel can take a little bit of that weight. Almost like equal balance in both feet, more like a front stance from karate than sort of all the weight forward. Just up. And then we're going to take the hands to the knee. Let the back round. Some of us all the way down to the floor with the hands. So you can either stop at the knee or you can bring the hands to the floor. Hands to the floor, you can think about lengthening this front leg a little bit, as if you're going to bring the head towards the knee. So the hip moves back, the head drops, the neck is long. Bend the front knee, come forward again. Just 2 or 3 more breaths here. This time, focus on the head and neck. Inhale, let the chin lift. Exhale, drop the chin. Inhale, lift. Drop the chin. Good. Come back. Pause a moment. Welcome back, Kasia. Thought I scared you away. Good, you're back. Welcome. And let's do one more round in this posture. Whatever arm variation you like, you can keep the arms open like this cactus. Some of us, it might feel nice to interlock the hands behind if that's okay for your shoulders. So you can come forward, stay in the posture. Wherever your arms are going to be, you can inhale, lift the head. Exhale, drop the chin. And just notice here how your shoulders, neck, and back are connected. And after a few breaths, release as you feel ready. Step the feet together and pause. And then we'll switch sides. Good. And for those of you who are kind of new to this group, when we step back in this position, it doesn't have to be extreme, doesn't have to be like the biggest step. You want to be able to step back and step forward without a great effort. That's sort of the guidance I usually give. So a lot of people will step and then they kind of have to fling their body forward. So be able to control the movement. Okay? So it's not a deep lunge. We'll do a deeper lunge later. But this is a little bit more about, again, the pelvis, and then we'll bring the neck in. So bring the hands to the chest or fingers to the sternum. Both feet stay flat on the floor. And so what this means is as we move forward, we may have to reposition the foot so that we can come forward without tweaking the knee or the ankle and back. So if there's a little tightness in this back calf muscle, we may not be able to come as far forward as we think we should, but just give it time. With the front leg, the front foot, you should be able to feel equal balance, the front and the heel of the foot. So the heel never lifts on either foot. Good. And eventually we'll stay in this position for a few breaths. Notice what you're aware of in this position. So what part of your body is speaking to you? Again, if you're feeling a lot of work in the front leg, transfer the weight back. Push your whole body back. Let a little bit of that weight more come on the back foot. And then eventually hands to the knee or hands to the floor. Let the back round, flexing forward. Head towards the knee. Feeling maybe a bit of lengthening behind that front leg, or maybe a lot of lengthening. Don't push, don't stretch, just find your range of motion and stay at the edge of it and breathe. And again, bend the knee, come forward. Just a couple breaths with more awareness of the head and neck. So inhale, lift the chin up. Exhale, drop the chin down. Chin up and down. Up and down. Come out of the posture a moment and pause. And then whatever arm variation you'd like to do, we'll do the same position. So I'll take my hands behind. Come into the posture. Head can be just in a neutral position, or you can keep moving if you like. Legs, of course, are working. When you feel ready, release the posture, feet together. Pause. Okay, let's step the feet wider apart. So we'll do just a couple more standing postures and then we'll move towards the floor. I'm waving at babies. There's babies, dogs, and cats. I love it, this group. Hi. Oh, somebody took the camera and ran. Okay, so Heather's got her own yoga that she's working on there, adaptation, catch the baby. So those of us who don't have to chase a baby in this moment, feet flat on the floor. And let's come down either halfway down with the hands and the knees. Let the back relax, the head hang down. Or if it feels nice, bring the hands all the way down, head towards the floor. Breathing, the knees can be as bent as they need to be to support the position. And then slowly, when you're ready, just come back up. You might need to take a breath or two to come up, depending on your system. And then let's turn one foot out to the side. Make sure that your knees and hips feel comfortable in this position. So this foot that turns out, I usually align something like the heel kind of in line with the toe of the other foot, rather than having heel to heel, because I have to cheat if I do that. So find a way that you feel comfortable in this kind of position. We're going to keep this knee bent just a little bit for stability. Let's inhale the opposite arm up and hand to the knee and just slide over and down as much as you comfortably can. Inhale back up and exhale, slide over. Notice here the head position. I'd suggest either looking forward as you come down, or maybe as you turn and come down, look towards the foot below. Different sensation in the neck and shoulders. So just notice that sensation. Then we'll stay here in this posture. We're going to move this arm above us. So inhale, look forward and keep the hand over your head. Exhale, look towards the floor, sweep the hand down towards the hip. Inhale, look forward, hand over the head. Exhale, sweep back. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Come back up to the center. Arms release, both feet facing forward. Pause. If you'd like to take a little break with the feet with the hips, just bring the feet together for a moment. And then take the feet apart. So if you're like me and you have sort of loose joints in the feet or kind of flat feet, you might notice this standing with the feet apart is a lot of work for the feet themselves. This is how I did a lot of work with my joints in my feet and the strengthening of my feet, these kinds of postures. So we'll keep one hand over this knee again. Opposite hand lifts. Exhale, come down. Inhale, coming up. Move with the flow of your own breath, or you can follow mine. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And then we're going to stay here. Inhale, looking forward. Keep the arm over the head. Exhale, take the hand back. Look down towards the foot. Inhale, look forward. Exhale back, look down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Both feet forward. Step the feet together and pause. And then we're going to come towards the floor. We'll do a gentle transition, Chakravakasana. So come onto the hands and knees. Make sure your knees feel comfortable here, that you have enough cushion beneath them. And just come back on an exhale as far as you comfortably can. And inhale forward. So there's no definitive rule of the position of the legs. The knees can be further apart or closer together. It'll just change how you experience the posture. So when we come back, we want to be able to breathe. We want to feel comfortable. And when we come forward, we want to feel stable. So moving backwards, we round the spine. So flex the spine forward. Inhale. There's an extension of the spine. And again, just noticing what you feel. See if you can be aware of this relationship, the movement of the head and neck, the movement of the pelvis. As you round down, the pelvis tucks under, the head drops down. As you come forward, lift the chin, arch the back, the pubic bone rotates upward. And then eventually, if it's comfortable, rest here in this childlike posture. The arms can be wherever feels most comfortable. Then come back to the hands and knees. This time we'll bend one elbow, bring it to the floor, and take the other hand across in front of that arm and let the shoulder of the straight arm come towards the floor. Let your hips move back as much as they can, creating a little space here between sort of the armpit and the hip on one side. After about 4 breaths or so, we'll come back to hands and knees. Bend the other arm, elbow to the floor. Cross the straight arm. Bring the shoulder of the straight arm towards the floor. Lengthening from the hip to the armpit on one side. Breathing. Up. And then from here, if you feel like, if you enjoy this downward dog sort of position, we can take a breath in. Exhale, lift the hips up. Try to straighten the back. Inhale, slowly, slowly, knees back down to the floor. Exhale, this childlike posture. So a little sequence of 3 postures, a little vinyasa. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up towards the ceiling, head towards the floor. Inhale, nice and slowly, knees down. Exhale, back, childlike posture. Okay. We'll do that just 2 more times. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, childlike posture. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel free to stay a few breaths here if that feels nice for you. Otherwise, inhale, come to the hands and knees, and exhale, rest in childlike posture. Good. And then one more posture on the knees before we come to resting. And I'm going to need a little cushion under my knees here. So take my meditation cushion. So now we're going to come into sort of a lunging posture. So we're going to take one foot forward, standing on the other knee, and take whatever you need under the knee to be comfortable. And so we'll just come forward in this position. Hands can be resting here. We want to take this back hip and just let it sink towards the floor as much as feels comfortable. The hands can be resting here. If you want a little bit more activation of the pelvis and the pelvic floor, you can inhale one arm or two arms. And then wherever your arms are, we'll move in and out a couple times. So inhale, exhale, slowly come back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. As we come back, noticing engaging here, lengthening here. As we come forward, engaging here, lengthening the iliopsoas. Nice and slow. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale. And then we'll stay here for maybe 4 breaths. Arms can be up. If that feels like a lot of strain on the body, keep the hands down, support, solid, stable. And then as we come back, we'll lengthen this foot or this leg. You can also keep coming back a little bit so the toes lift up. So lengthening through the back side of this leg, maybe coming a little forward. Or for the bendy people, if you're coming a lot forward, head towards the knee. So wherever you are, you're going to feel lengthening behind this leg. Find that. Doesn't matter what the posture looks like. It's the sensation behind the leg. And then you can release, bring both knees together just a moment. Pause. And then as you feel ready, we'll come to the other side. So again, coming into the posture, just feeling balance in the feet, the ankle, the leg, the knee is tracking over the foot. Hands can be here, they can be up, or just one side. And then on an exhale, we'll come out of the posture. Inhale, come forward. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, stay here. And then we'll come out of the posture, straighten the leg, keep moving back till the toes lift up. And then as you like, you can come forward as much as your body will allow, balancing there, holding the posture, lengthening through the back side of the body. Breathing. Good. Come out of the posture. And then we're going to come to lying on the back. Oh, just feel the body. So on a warm day, we did a little bit to sort of embrace that warmth, the standing, the more energetic muscles or using of the larger muscles. So now we come towards the floor. I just want to do a little bit of awareness around the pelvis. So we'll begin with a simple little bridge posture. Just do it piece by piece. So Dvipadapitam. So we'll, from here, feet to the floor, knees up. And just inhale, tip the pelvis a little bit. And exhale, let it come back down. So just like lifting the tailbone, the sacrum away from the floor, and then putting it back down. Notice how that works. Toes stay on the floor. So a small percentage of people tend to lift their toes when we do this position. Notice how it feels to keep the toes on the floor if you're one of those people. And then with each inhale, progressively lift the spine a little bit higher. And then exhale, release it all back to the floor. So inhale and exhale. When you come down, see if you can notice each vertebra touching the floor. Jaw is relaxed. You can even keep the mouth open. And then when you find it comfortable, maximum lifting, just moving up and down from there. So you don't have to come all the way up. Come as high as feels comfortable for you, even if your body has a larger range of motion. This is really touching these 2 points in the spine. Tailbone drops. As you lift up, the top of the spine comes towards the floor. And as you exhale, come down, the last point of contact is the other end of the spine. Next time you come down, pause for a moment. We'll just do a little variation. So see how this feels for your body. We'll take the sole of the foot against the top of the leg. So the ball of the foot is against the knee. The heel is sort of on the thigh, something like that. So the knee is sort of over this hip, over your belly. And then just see if you can lift. It might be a small lift today, or it might be a lift as high as you did with both feet. But just see if you can lift, inhale, exhale, come down. So one of your hips is working a lot more harder than the other. Just try that a few times. As little or much movement as you can. After the first side, take about 4 breaths on the second side. Switch the foot. Noticing if one side feels more stable than the other side, or if they feel sort of symmetric. Notice if one side feels stronger. And from here, both feet to the floor. Just let the knees move side to side. Then we'll come into a little bit of Aphanasana, so hands on the knees. Exhale, bring the knees towards the body. Inhale, let the knees move away. Keep the hands on the knees. Exhale toward you. We can engage the neck a little bit here too. As you inhale, knees move away, lift the chin so that neck is arched. Exhale, bring the chin towards the chest as you bring the knees towards you. Chin lifting on inhale and dropping on exhale. You can either keep the head on the floor and just rotate the head up and down, or if you like, you can even lift the head towards the chest as you exhale. Good. Release, feet down. So the rubbing of the head on the floor becomes a little complicated if you have your hair in a ponytail. Pause a moment. We'll just do a simple twist. So let's keep the feet on the floor and bring the feet a bit wider, so about as wide as the mat. And exhale, just let the knees come to one side. At the same time, let the head turn away from the knees. Inhale towards the center. The knees come up, head comes up. Exhale to the other side. So you don't have to worry about the knees coming all the way to the floor. Just inhale, knees come up. Exhale, they turn to one side and your head turns in the opposite direction. Nice controlled movement, no flopping the knees down. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. And then inhale, knees to the center, head looking up. Pause just a moment. Keep one foot just where it is. Lift the other foot off the floor. You can either hold the hand behind the knee here, or if you like, you can keep the hands to the side and just use the strength of your leg to hold the leg up. Then we'll let the foot rest, the knee be long. If there's irritation in the knee in this position, keeping the hand here can help inhibit too much flexation on the knee. So if there's issues with the meniscus or anything else with the knee, keeping the hand here might feel much more comfortable as the foot relaxes. So wherever your hand is, inhale, extend the foot up towards the floor, pull the toes down towards the face. Exhale, relax the foot, bend the knee, the foot comes down. So inhale, up, flex the foot, lengthen the back side of the leg. Exhale, bend the knee, lengthen the front side. So you can bring your attention to the front side. So the front side of the leg contracts, shortens. And as you exhale, the front side of the leg lengthens and releases. Okay. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, this time let's stay here with the leg up. If the leg is very far down towards the floor because it's a bit tight, just bend the knee a little bit more and lengthen and just pull the toes back. So whatever you're feeling back here, it'll be a sensation of like lengthening of the muscles. Doesn't matter what the leg looks like, can be straight, can be bent. And then from here, we're just going to work a little bit activating the hip flexors. So as you inhale, you can relax the foot and just lower the leg part way or all the way down towards the floor. Exhale the foot back up. So don't lose control of the movement. So inhale down as much as you comfortably can and exhale back up. So it can be part way down or all the way down. The point is just to work this nice set of muscles to the front of the hip, lifting the leg. And we'll just do that a few times. So you can start to feel the activation of the hip flexors, feel a little bit of warming, heating. And then once you feel that's been activated, lie the leg all the way on the floor, stretch the other leg out, pause a moment. Just feel the body. And then we'll do the other side. So other foot stays on the floor, lift the leg a few times, inhale, contract the front of the leg, release the front of the leg. Inhale, foot up. Exhale, bend the knee down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. And then eventually we'll stay here. Whatever version of this posture fits your body shape. Just lengthening the back side, contracting the front side of the leg. And then we'll just do a few lifts. So inhale, extend the leg down towards the floor as far as you comfortably can, and exhale all the way back up. Again, just doing enough rounds that you feel activation in this hip flexor, a little bit of warming. If you integrate this into your regular practice, the mobility and the strengthening becomes a little bit stronger. As Captain America says, I could do this all day. Just doing it enough so you feel the muscles heat up. And then once you feel that activation is taking place, then just release it and rest it. Both legs out when you're ready. And then just one more position before we rest. Bring the feet back to the floor, ankles touching, knees touching, and just inhale, let the knees come out to the side, and exhale, knees together. Inhale, knees down. Exhale, knees together. If it feels comfortable for your hips and knees and feet, you can stay in this position with the knees towards the floor for a little bit longer, letting the breath begin to relax. And then as you feel ready, we're just going to find a resting position. So you don't have to just stretch out on a hard wooden floor. You can use whatever cushions, whatever support you like for the head, for the neck. So make sure that as you lie down, your body feels comfortable. So if lying on the back does not feel comfortable today, lie on the side, the stomach. You can sit reclined in a chair or on the couch. And what we just want to do is take this time to let the body be still, let the breath relax. Just notice for a moment how your body feels at the end of this movement part of the practice, particularly the neck, the shoulders, the jaw. Let your face be relaxed. Notice the other parts of your body. And then we'll take a few moments in this quiet space to just let the body cool down. As much as possible, keep the mind awake. Practice this sacred space where your body is deeply relaxed, but you're still awake and aware. The mind is relaxed and still awake and aware. Om Bhurtbhuvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurtbhuvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurtbhuvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. A mantra for the ever-present light in the universe. Great Leap Forward in Technology has shared its first insights with us in the last 2 days, looking deeper and further to the light from the early universe. The light that created everything that came after. We are that light in its current form. So as you feel ready, slowly make your way to sitting. And we'll just take a few breaths together with a technique called Shitali. You can sit up where you are, or you can sit in a chair. Switch my camera back to the one here in front of me. And so there's two main parts to this technique of pranayama. So this is traditionally a cooling technique. So first, it depends on if you can curl your tongue or not. So for the people who can curl their tongue, you're going to breathe through your tongue like a straw. And so for the people who cannot do that, you're going to imagine that you're sucking in through a straw. So you can just keep the tongue on the bottom teeth and suck the air in over the tongue. So wherever your position of your tongue is, then there's a movement of the head. So we begin with the chin down, sucking through our little straw. We inhale. The end of the inhale, you just curl the tongue and touch the cold tip of the tongue to the palate. Drop the chin, and then exhale through your nostrils. No ujjayi technique, just through the nostrils. So inhale through the mouth. Cold tongue touches the palate, drop the chin, and then exhale through your nostrils. So continue doing that. I've done about 6 breaths. I'll do about 6 more. And then when you complete your next breath, just slowly let your breath come back to a more natural rhythm. And notice what you feel in your body. And then slowly we'll make the transition back to the rest of our lives. So may any peace you find here be a gift to all beings everywhere. Lokaha samasta sukhino bhavantu. Thank you all for showing up, continuing to support what we do here.
Thank you, Tammy.